Coming up on this week's Jaguar Week in Review, we have the information for those who are planning on visiting the BBE Community Ed Women's Expo this Saturday. Also in this week's Focus Point, we talk to girls basketball head coach Mrs. Anderson about this upcoming season. We'll have that with a look at this week's news, a look at last week's sports, and more coming up. The Jaguar Week in Review starts now. And welcome to the Jaguar Week in Review for this week. I'm Cody Bertram, and as always, it's great to be with you. We kick off the show with news. The ASVAB test is fast approaching for this year's juniors. This test is a free test that is great practice for the ACT, and it gives good career information to students. This is also the entrance exam for the military. The test will take place on December 14th at 8:30 a.m. in Mrs. Dingman's room. Make sure to get a good night's sleep. Are you looking to improve your athletic performance this winter? If so, you should consider joining the Athletes Performance Program. All BBE students are invited to work with a personal trainer for strength training. This is also open to students who are not in a winter sport, if they would like to get ready for spring sports. APP takes place on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of each week from 6:15 to 7:30 a.m. The BBE Women's Expo will be taking place this Saturday on December 2nd at the BBE Elementary School in Bruton from 9 to 1 p.m. This event is a great opportunity for those who are looking for some good and unique Christmas gift ideas. There will be a variety of different gift vendors there. If you are a vendor and you would like to participate, there is still time, so call as soon as possible. The admission to this event will be free, but if you would like to purchase lunch at the expo, it will cost $6. Door prizes will be drawn at 12:30. Everyone is invited to attend. The annual BBE Holiday Band and Choir Concert will take place on Monday, December 4th in the BBE High School gym. It will begin at 7 o'clock and the music department will be performing a wide range of holiday music. This event is open to everyone. There is open gym every Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. at the BBE High School and Sunday from 1 to 3 p.m. at the elementary. The cost is $1 and everyone is welcome. And finally, a reminder to students that next Wednesday is mid-quarter, so be sure to turn in your work and check your grades to make sure that you are eligible for winter sports. Now into next week's upcoming events. Next Tuesday on December 5th, there will be a Cub Scouts meeting in the BBE Elementary Media Center from 6 to 7:30 p.m. and a youth wrestling meeting in the BBE High School Commons area from 7 to 8 p.m. Then next Thursday, the Grandparents Rock event will take place in the BBE Elementary Preschool 1 room from 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. And the Power Volleyball League will also take place later that night from 7 to 9:30 in the BBE High School North Gym. Now let's get into this week's Focus Point. This week we sat down with girls basketball head coach Mrs. Anderson about her thoughts on this year's upcoming season. With today being the beginning of December, wintertime is fast approaching. For many, this brings up the thought of snow and cold and also basketball. Since November 13th, Mrs. Anderson and the girls basketball team have been getting prepared for this upcoming season.
The first couple weeks of practice, they're always interesting and filled with a lot of conditioning. And, then on the opposite end of that, slowing it down, going through different defensive and offensive sets. But our girls have been coming with a lot of focus, great attitude, and high intensity. So I think they've overall been going really well.
Mrs. Anderson has been coaching girls basketball at BBE since 6 years ago, and she says that this year's team has a lot of strengths that will help them throughout this season.
This year I think we have a lot of depth. We have a strong core of 5 seniors who all contribute to our team, both as starting roles and also coming off the bench. So it's definitely nice to have, a strong group of seniors. We also have 4 juniors coming back. And then beyond that, we have a nice mix of 9th and 10th graders. So I definitely think a strength of our team is being able to utilize our depth and be able to play a lot of girls.
With these many strengths this year's team possesses, there has also been a number of other changes that have taken place from last year that will affect this year's team as well.
With each new season, we have graduating seniors and we have a new mix of girls that create their own chemistry. And, one of those changes is with the graduation of Jen Boyle and Haley Bregelman.
Hard work and dedication will be important to the Jaguars' success this season because, like in years past, BBE's section contains many bigger schools.
A change within our section is that Kimball, who's in our conference, was previously in our section, but now they have moved up to Class 2A. So we are once again the lone Class A team in our conference.
Even though the girls basketball team will have some tough competition this year, many are hopeful that the team will do well this year like it has the last few years.
I think this season we had a team meeting the other day and went over some team goals. And one of our big things is we've had a few seasons here now with 20 plus wins, gone to the section championship a few years and came up short in that game of going to the state tournament. So definitely big picture goal is, to hopefully win a section championship and get to the state tournament.
Another key part of this season's success, many believe, will be the leadership of this year's group of seniors and how they can use their experience to benefit the team.
They're a great role model for our younger students. And then on the court, each of these girls plays a very important role. We have some of our seniors as starters and some that come off the bench and bring energy and fill a very important role on this team. So it's pretty fun to have seen these seniors that got here when they were in 6th grade, to have seen what they've all the work they've put in, and now it's paying off.
The Jaguars have got out to the season great, winning against Melrose, but it is paramount that when the grind later in the season approaches, they are able to keep playing at a high level.
Basketball season is an extremely long season, and these girls have to stick together, and there's going to be ups and downs, but I think if we can stick together as a team, that will be the important thing.
Even through the ups and downs of the basketball season, at the end of the day, Mrs. Anderson finds many things rewarding about being a coach.
I think the most rewarding part of being a coach is not only seeing girls grow through youth basketball all the way up to varsity basketball, but getting to know them off the court too. So it's fun to see with each new team. You get a group of new personalities, and you get to find out who kind of is the team clown and different things like that. So I think just getting to know the girls.
For this week's Focus Point, I'm Cody Bertram. And we'd like to wish Mrs. Anderson and the rest of the girls basketball team the best of luck this season. Now let's kick off this week's Sports Wrap. This past Tuesday, the girls basketball team opened up their season at home against the Melrose Dutchmen. The varsity game started off with Melrose getting off to a good start early, going on a 9-1 run in the first few minutes. However, the Jaguars came back and soon tied the game. The Jags then moved ahead by a few-point lead, making the score heading into the half 32-29. When the second half kicked off, the Jaguars began to catch fire, getting out to over a 10-point lead. The Dutchmen tried to mount a comeback in the final minutes, but in the end, BBE won the game 63-49. The girls are off to a 1-0 start, and they play their next game tomorrow away at Monaga. We hope you take the 2-hour trek to help support the team. Today, the boys basketball team is heading out to play their first regular season game against KMS at 7:30 p.m., and the wrestling team will have a home varsity invitational that begins at 2:30. We will have the recap of these matchups in next week's program. And that concludes this week's program. If you have something that you'd like to be put in the Jaguar Week in Review, or if you would like to suggest ideas for future shows, email them to broadcast@bbjaguars.org. Also, if you enjoyed the program, be sure to subscribe to us at BBE Broadcasting on YouTube, iTunes, and the Google Play Store to watch or listen to our upcoming programs. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep on keeping on. Have a great weekend, BBE.